I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Gilligan get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been the best. Man, they know contest. Yahuwah, he do the best. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to thought. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing hard with big manotas. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, will not hesitate to get retarded. Oh Lord, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he farted. He running to the hills like a Philistine. Jihad hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the Ratchet team. JJ 7000 to the debate league. Yeah, I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. Respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother, balling and crawling all the way from H-time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Michael got the Rorschach and Willie. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, I'm dope and wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as a realist, yeah. Death by cop, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. Why you lying to them children? RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been there. Man, they know contest. Yahuwah, he do the best. Wow, what's that? Why didn't take it over? Number one debate league, you heard me? When it's up, it's stuck. You stepping on everything, nigga. Metaphorically, of course.
Yeah. Yep. Welcome to the den. How you doing there, Sister Karima?
Doing good. Shalom to everybody that's watching.
Yeah, man. You know how JJ go out on the road, kick ass and take names later. These guys, boy, I tell you, hey, they fear me when I speak. They want JJ, shh, quiet nigga, don't say nothing. You hear me? That's how they act like some old river combs. Like, you nigga, what's wrong with y'all? Ain't we supposed to be teaching the people the information? Yeah, I gotta talk like a slave with them. What's wrong with these dudes? I mean, we got Uncle West. I mean, starting out in this whole Dumb and Dumber series is I mean, it's exploding. They got 3 or 4 channels now where they're all just mad and upset about the Bible and just misrepresenting information. We got Uncle over here trying to teach the Bible. He talking about the Bible had nothing to do with. So this is why I know Jabari gonna whoop all you niggas' asses in that damn debate. There's so much Africa in that goddamn book. It's ridiculous. And then you got Sarnetta over there asking about the donkey. The donkey. Talking about Christ stole the donkey, trying to make him out of a thief. It was a good show. Black Jesus was over there, doing his thing. Unfortunately, Sarnetta's over there asking his goddamn fifth grade elementary ass questions. I don't know if he half serious or half joking or what, but it don't seem like his brain don't catch on. Then when somebody try to come on, and I ain't over there to play. I'm over there, to get the information out to the people. He won't tell me. This is why he took that show down. Also, because Black Jesus whooping his ass. Also, because when I came in and cut him subscriptions, you know. But this show was crazy. Dude made a video, added me to his video, me dancing in it. He took us the funny video. I was just messing around, trying to do that little new dance that got way off from what it didn't coordinate with none of that stuff that I was seeing on the goddamn old screen. But anyway, I don't know, Creamy man. It's like this a game to these guys to sit here and play with scripture. So Sinai was required. Since he didn't want to let me read, I'm gonna get him out the way real quick. Actually, he got beat up by Black Jesus. But let's go with Zechariah 9:9. Let's start right there. Because this is about prophecy of the Messiah, the one who's going to bring us to salvation. Him riding to Jerusalem on an ass or a donkey. So the title of this show, the Messiah donkey. I wanted to put ass, but I didn't know if I could put that on YouTube. I'm gonna call it the Messiah ass, which then people might take that wrong too. So you got to really watch what you say. So the Messiah donkey versus Sarnetta the donkey. Which one is smarter? You see? This is where we gonna go. But first, let me read a couple scriptures. Then I'm gonna get into this right here. Now, just to give y'all what's going on, because this is the prophecy. Zechariah 9:9. A lot of Old Testament guys would say it's something different, but then they would have to show me some Messiah riding to Jerusalem. And you bet not say it's all of Israel riding on one ass. Because you know how they try to make the singular into all now. That's just the new thing. This is what Judaizers and all these type of guys like that try to do. 7,000 here to correct that. Who is in the audience out there peeking around? Hey, I am man. All right. Now we got Zechariah 9:9. It says, "Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh to thee. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass, and upon a coat, the foil of an ass." That don't sound like no whole nation of guys on one piece of ass. Now, that ass would be wore out, wouldn't it? Says he says, see the prophet after ordering the foregoing promises was carried on by the divine spirit which influenced him to announce the coming of their Messiah. That's not no Onesimus riding on. Where did Onesimus Judas ride on the ass anywhere? And just to correlate scriptures together, you go to Matthew 21:5. It says, "Say to the daughter of Zion, see your king comes to you, gentle and riding on a donkey, and on a colt, the foal of a donkey." Sarnetta, you keep throwing this donkey up here. Who's smarter, the Messiah donkey or the donkey brain of Sarnetta? The ass. You can go to John 12 and 15. Do not be afraid, daughter of Zion. See, your king is coming seated on a donkey's colt, excuse me. And you know what happened, son, Frankie? And who else? Yeah, mainly you to get the questions about the ass. Because I'm rolling with the Messiah donkey. At least he has some glory. I think this donkey is way smarter than that donkey brain of yours. Gotta be. So when it comes to a versus of donkeys and donkey brains, I'm rolling with the one who the Messiah rolled on with. Now, the people cheered when Christ rode on the donkey. See, son, your little pea brain, you and Rob Braun get the little pea brains, and y'all should try to match them up and transform them together so it can grow. You two pea brains, and then maybe y'all can understand something. You see, both of y'all dumber than a box of nails. I'm not lying. You so dumb. This is why Sonetta took that showdown tonight, y'all. Two dumb idiots in there. One of them throwing tomatoes at everybody. So Sonetta had to tell the dude, hey man, come on, Ross, stop throwing tomatoes at me and Black G. He started throwing them at Bob Born P Brain, so then he started throwing tomatoes at Sonetta. God damn. Come on, man. Hey, come on. But anyway, the people cheered Frankie when Christ rode on a donkey. See, what you fail to realize is that this was symbolic. This donkey is symbolic for burden and hard work, and see, a lot of kings they come in with big horses and chariots and stuff like that. See, our king was prophesied to come on an old hard working burden donkey because Christ rode in to take away all our burdens away. See, your fifth grade education didn't get you to the level of thinking like, how to figure this out, Spanky. So I'm gonna help you out. You think everything is goddamn joke, and that's what I don't like, man. You want people to come over and participate on your platform, but then when everybody, it's like everybody gets to speak, but then when JJ speak, now it's a problem. You want to do all this little Abbott and Costello act. I'm not here to do that shit, bro. Now in Israel tradition, see, Sonetta, the Messiah donkey refers to the donkey. Yeah, but hold on. Oh, excuse me. The Messiah donkey refers to the donkey, right? Now, you can look this up in the Babylonian Talmud, Sanhedrin 98a, upon which the Messiah will arrive to redeem the world at the end of days. In modern Hebrew, the phrase "the Messiah's donkey" is used to refer to someone who does the dirty work on behalf of someone else. You idiot. Sonnet. P-Bang, Robert. I don't know who dumber between you two tonight. I see why y'all took that show down. I see why. Black Jesus over there schooling you. And then you had two P-brains that just couldn't understand what was going on. So then why would you have Black Jesus go over there and do a 3-hour show? And because you embarrassed yourself with your fifth grade education scholarship, little boy blue scholarship, red hat, blue hat, one fish blue. He got them little books where he count on his toes and stuff. Come on, man. You had to think highly enough of me that you made a whole video of me. You put me in your new video with me dancing. That means you took at least 3 or 4 hours of looking at JJ and his dance moves. You see? That's okay, man. I like the video. I can work with that. It's a couple little moves I did in there that I probably could clip out, you know what I'm saying? But I could work with that. And I had already clipped it. I was working with it. The next day I know you took it down. Anyway. It says, upon which the Messiah will arrive to redeem the world at the end of days. In modern Hebrew, the phrase the Messiah's donkey is used to refer to someone who does the dirty work on behalf of someone else. In the New Testament, Mark 11, 1 through 11, it is told that Christ approached the Mount of Olives. He sent two of his disciples to a nearby village to fetch him a donkey, or actually an onager. Sorry, now, do you know what an onager is? Do you know what that is? It's a wild donkey, all right? Upon their return, Christ rode into the Jerusalem, where he was met with cheering crowds, according to the Christian Israelites. That was the fulfillment of the prophecy of Zechariah 9 and 9. So let me just deaden your the donkey. Christ stole the donkey, and then I can move on. Mark 11 and 3. In the NET, it says, the Lord needs this donkey. See, so you playing games. There's other translations. The Lord, let's go to the translation how we talk today in 2022. You remember you always say sometimes, oh, why are we going back? Well, when you see when Sunday will talk about the Bible and then you hit them with the Hebrew. No, man, well, why you go to the Hebrew? All right, so let's go to the English on how we talk today in 2022, Frankie. It says in the NET, the Lord needs it and will send it back here soon. The NJB, the master need. We talking about the donkey, y'all, because he trying to claim that Christ stole the donkey. All right, so I got to school this guy. All right. So the NJBs, this is what I wanted to say on the show, but they didn't want to hear this, man. They were scared. But I did get these scriptures out right here to school them because that's probably why he took the video down. You see. So the NJB, the master needs it and will send it back here at once. The ESV, Sarnetta, I hope you're listening. The Lord has need of it and will send it back here immediately. HCSB, the Lord needs it and will send it back here immediately. The TLB, our master needs him and will return him soon. NA, Sarnetta, the Lord has need of it and immediately he will send it back here. NIV, the Lord needs it and will return it soon. See, what Sarnetta does, he goes and tries to look in the Bible for anything negative. They got articles out. Did Jesus steal the donkey? This is what he went and looked up, everybody. I never knew this was an argument. So Sarnetta, this argument is a major fail. Because this was a fulfillment of prophecy given 5 centuries earlier in Zechariah 9 and 9. That the Messiah would enter Jerusalem riding on a donkey or colt. See? It's not difficult to imagine that our omniscient creator knew where to find a suitable colt and a willing owner. See? It's that easy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what we got on the screen? That was my assessment of it. Now let's see what we got here. The Moshe is donkey. All right. It says, and Moses took his wife and children, set them upon the donkey, and returned to the land of Egypt. See, this is why Garfield will lose this debate, because our whole Bible starts off basically, the story of this Bible really gets important. Now, how can I put this? It don't really start in Egypt. It starts in Africa, though. It starts off, we do have, because if Moses is the one who wrote the Bible, right? According to the first 5 books. He's the one that's telling the tale. We got to hear his story first, right? When we get to his part. Do talk about Abraham and Noah That's very important too, because Abraham is the father of many nations. And a lot of our Hebrew Israelite brothers, such as some camps who teach that God is only for Israel. Well, that's a lie too. That's a lie. But let me get back on this donkey. It's a short article. All right. So the prophet Zechariah describes Moshe as a Mashiach as a papyrus riding on a donkey. Simple meaning of the verse is that Mashiach, whom the Midrash describes as greater than Abraham, higher than Moses. Wait a minute, wait, Judah, how come they ain't talking about Onesius like this? Damn, little punk ass Messiah ain't doing nothing in the history books. Anyway, all right. Whom the Midrash describes as greater than Abraham, higher than Moses, and loftier than supreme angels. Excuse me. It's kind of small. Hold on. I think that says supreme or super male angels. That's from the Yakut Shemach after Isaiah 52:13 is an epitome of the self-effacement. Indeed, humility is the hallmark of the righteous. They recognize that their tremendous talents and achievements as leaders are not theirs but the Creator's. They live not to realize and fulfill themselves, but to serve the divine purpose of creation. On a deeper level, Mashiach's donkey represents the essence of the messianic process. You see? A process that began with the beginning of time and which constitutes the very soul of history. In the beginning, the Torah tells us when the Most High created the heavens and the earth, when the universe was still empty, unformed, and shrouded in darkness, the Spirit of Yah, or the Creator, hovered above the emerging existence, said the Midrash. This is what the Midrash is saying. The Spirit of God, the Spirit of the Most High hovered. This is the Spirit of the Mashiach. Well, the Mashiach represents the divine spirit of creation. See, when we get to talking like this, y'all don't want to pay attention, but somebody with a goddamn uncle say something. If somebody with an uncle was to say, and it represents the divine spirit of Hotep creation, they'd be going for that. Anyway, the vision of the perfected world that is the Most High's purpose in created and populated with willful thinking and achieving beings. Tongue-tied. Mashiach donkey has a long, prestigious history. Time and again, see, I'd rather go with the Messiah donkey than the donkey, the Sarnetta, the donkey. When it comes to a verse in Sarnetta, you get the donkey of the day award. You know what I'm saying? The ass of the day. This is why you took that video down. This is why I named this. Because you act a goddamn ass, bro. You want to act like you want to act. How did these guys make titles? The Hebrews is doing this. The Hebrews is doing that. And then when we come up on there, y'all don't want us to speak. You barely want us to read scripture. And then you want to make like you right up there. Well, of course we're going to come challenge this bull stuff you speaking. But we're gonna challenge you with sources. You see what I'm saying? With the Bible, that was a biblical topic we was talking about. You just making stuff up, talking about the most Christ stole or done. He went and looked up. They got a couple of articles out. Did Christ steal the donkey? And then if you read them, it leads you to the right goddamn direction. What the hell wrong with you, man? See, he does dishonest scholarship. He's just trying to find something to be controversial. Is Jesus Christ a snake in the garden? And did God lie? And how did Noah get the sharks on the ark? And I mean, all this old crazy type stuff, man. Let's continue to read. It says, on a deeper level, Mashiach's donkey represents the essence of the messianic process, a process that begins with the beginning of time. Let's see, did I read this? Time, and which constitutes the very soul of history. In the beginning, the Torah tells us that the Most High created the heavens and the earth when the universe is still empty, unformed, and shrouded in darkness. I did read that. Mashiach's donkey has a long, prestigious history. I think I did read that too. Time and again, it makes an appearance through the generations. No, I didn't read it. Surfacing at key junctures. See, this donkey is symbolic. You see? Let's keep reading. Mashiach's donkey has a long, prestigious history. Time and again, it makes its appearance through the generations, surfacing at key junctures of the messianic process. Each time, we see it fulfilling the same function, but in a slightly different manner, reflecting the changes of our world undergoes as it develops towards the ultimate state of perfection. Abraham, Moses, and Mashiach. Okay, can you pull it up a little bit, Kareem? Kareem, you there? Can you pull the screen up? Okay, maybe she stepped away for a minute. But yeah, I also had an interesting day, man. I stopped over there to they call themselves pseudo killers, man. I mean, they got a title called Hebrews is Wild Now. So I'm like, okay, let me peek in over here, see what's going on. I come in here, Unc got this map out, and he trying to teach about a biblical map. And on the biblical map, it has Cush on there, but he wants to say that, well, no, Cush ain't got nothing to do with the Cushites, and had nothing to do with, the Bible, basically. So he got his head busted on there. I'm gonna show you that in a second. As soon as Karima come back, I think she stepped away. Karima, you there? Let me see. Well, I guess I'll read something else till she get back. That's what I do. I kind of had a little set up how I want this to go, but sometimes things don't work out. Let's see what I got in my notes. Yeah, now over there on side of the TV, they got another teaching over there that the Most High lied to Adam and Eve. I mean, all these dumbass teachers is coming from side of the TV and his little debaters or whatever you want to call them. He over there lying, talking about the pie is champ and whatever, man. I'm just for the information. I'm for real, man. I already whooped her up on that one debate. No, Jesus Christ is not the serpent in the garden. But anyway, did Yah lie to Adam and Eve? First thing I want to educate Sister Nepal on is Yah cannot lie. That's according to Scripture, Nepal. And a true believer of Yah's word knows this. So I'm going to bust out a scripture from you, young lady. It's called Titus 1 and 2. It chops off the head at the gate when it comes to this question. See? It says, and hope of eternal life, which Yah, that cannot lie, promised before the world began. Neither does he contradict himself. Yah's word is sure and reliable. Nepal. See? You and Sinetta need to come and learn with the feet of JJ 7000 the Lions Den Academy. Education and information. Then you won't be embarrassing yourself when you come up with these dumbass topics. Swear up and down you be knowing what you're talking about. Now, 2 Peter 1:19 says, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in the dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your heart. See? It's not Yah who contradicts himself. It is man who is led by the father of lies, Napa, Sonetta. What's wrong with y'all? And John 8:49, ye are your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. See? He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Nepal and Sinette, are you listening? How you gonna say something about the Most High's a liar? These are the type of dumbass, Dumb and Dumber type of shows that they have over there. And then see, when it's time for me to bring out the information to shut it down, they don't want me to speak. So the only way I can get my information out is in a debate, because they can't jump in there. They know this. Like what Uncle West was talking about tonight, he will get destroyed in the debate. I'm gonna show y'all here in a minute. Let me speed this up. The cream is still gone, so I guess I gotta keep, doing what I do. All right. So let's keep it moving. He endlessly contradicts Yah's reliable true word. See the part? Because in Genesis 3:4, the serpent said unto the woman, "You should not surely die." We continue to do so until Satan permanently puts out of commission. We go to Revelations 27:10. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out and deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle. The number of whom is as the sand of the sea. 9. And they went out up on the breadth of the earth, and compressed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city. And fire came down from Yah out of heaven. 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into a lake of fire and brimstone, who the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. See, the second thing to bear in mind, Sarnet and Nepal, is that Yah word clearly reveals that there are two deaths, the first and the second. Revelations 2:11. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of, he that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. Revelations 20:6. Blessed and holy is he that has part in the first resurrection. On such the second death has no power. But they shall be priests of Yah and Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. All men are subject to the first, but it is the second that we are to fear and to avoid by the grace of Yah. Bring me back yet? All right. I got to keep going there. This is not what I plan to talk about, but Matthew 10 and 28. Oh, there she go. Let me finish this little part. See, Matthew 10 and 28. And fear not them that kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. So these guys over there signing on the TV and all these atheists, but they don't believe in having a body, a spirit, and soul. They think it's I don't know, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. All right. I'm about to finish this lesson a little later. Okay, so Kareem, let's see what we got. Where was we at? I think you went too far now, right? Where was I at? Okay. Abraham, Moses, Moshe there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right there at the top. Okay. Here we are. All right. Abraham, Moses, and Mashiach. Mashiach's donkey first appears in the year 2084 from creation. That's 1677 BCE. As Abraham heads from for the binding of Isaac, his 10th and greatest retraction as a smile of the face in Yah. Abraham rose early in the morning and readied his donkey. And Torah relates Genesis 22 and 3 and loaded it with supplies for the binding, the wood, the fire, the wood, the fire, and the knife for the 3-day trek from Hebron to Mount Moriah in Jerusalem. 7 generations later, Moses was also dispatched on a mission by Yah to take the Israelite people out of Egypt and bring them to Mount Sinai, where I shall communicate to them their mission in life as my chosen people. So Moses took his wife and children, set them upon the donkey, and set out to Egypt. The donkey stresses the Torah, the very same donkey our sages explained that served Abraham and that will bear Yah. Abraham, Moses, and Mashiach, 3 who employ this, excuse me, I can't see that. This, I think it says, eastward wild donkey in their fulfillment of the Most High's will, but the extent to which the donkey is involved in their mission differs. With Abraham, it carries his supplies. With Moses, his wife and children, while Mashiach is described as himself riding the donkey. The rescinded decree. Conventional wisdom has it that the spiritual is greater than the physical. Conventional wisdom has it that the spiritual is greater than the physical. Judah Nazareth. So I was telling you about the order of Melchizedek is a spiritual priesthood. Perfect. Greater than physical. The ethereal more loftier than the material. Nevertheless, our sages have taught that the Most High created the entirety of existence, including the most lofty spiritual worlds, because he desired a dwelling in the lower worlds. Our physical existence is the objective of everything he created. The environment within which his purpose in creation is to be realized. The Most High desired that we refine and elevate the material existence, that the physical reality, whose correctness and self-centeredness obscure our inner vision and distort our true priorities. Be redirected as a positive force in our lives that will bring to light the goodness and perfection inherent in all of His creation. Is there more, Karima? I think that's enough for our read. Is there more? You there, Karima? All right. Let's see. There she goes. All right. To the top. It's a lot. Okay. All right. Let's keep reading. Is this where I left off at? Let's see. All right. Yeah, this is where it's at. Okay. The Hebrew word for donkey is, I can't see that. Shamar. Shamor. From the word shamir. Shomer. Shomer. How do you pronounce it? Shomer is Chomer. All right. So the Hebrew word for donkey is either shamor, from the word shamir, is ending with an E. Material. Mashiach's donkey is the is the material beast harnessed. The physical, man, it's so small. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm reading off my phone. The physical directed to higher and lower, loftier ends. But humanity's mission of evolving the material entails a long and involved process, an historic effort in which each generation builds upon the attainments of the predecessors. For the physical and the spiritual area worlds apart, are worlds apart. Indeed, the very nature of the Most High creation is such that a vast gulf divides the two, making them natural antagonists by nature, almost by definition. Person devoted to spiritual pursuits shuns the material, while material life cosends a person's soul and dulls his or her spiritual sensitivity. Only when the Most High descends to Mount Sinai was the wall between spirit and matter breached. The divine really received itself within the earthly reality. The Torah was given to man, enabling him to sanctify the mundane, to express the all-perceiving truth of the Most High within and via the material world. See, the Midrash used the following parables to explain the significance of the event. Once there was a king who decreed the people of Rome are forbidden to journey to Syria, and the people of Syria are forbidden to journey to Rome. Likewise, when the Most High created the world, He created the heavens. The heavens are God's, and the earth is given to man. Psalms 115 and 16. But when He wished to give the Torah to Israel, He rescinded His original decree and declared the lower realms may ascend to the higher realms, and the higher realms may descend to the lower realms. And I myself will begin, as it is written, and the Most High descended to Mount Sinai. And then it says, and to Moses He said, go up to God, Most High. All right, can you scroll up, please? Thank you. This explains the difference in the extent to which Abraham and Moses involved the material donkey in their respective missions. Sarnetta, I hope you're paying attention. Abraham, the first Jew, Hebrew. I don't know about Jew, but I don't know about that right there. Maybe they. I don't agree with that part. I think Abraham would be called a Jew. Be just called a Hebrew. All right. Okay, but anyway, Abraham, the first Hebrew, began to process of of sublimating the material, or realizing its potential to express the goodness and perfection of the Creator. But Abraham lived before the revelation of Sinai, before the Most High rescinded the decree that would divide the world between the higher and lower, between matter and spirit. In his day, the original order instituted at creation still held sway. The physical and the spiritual were two separate, incompatible worlds. The most Abraham could do was to uh, harness the physical to serve the spiritual, to use a donkey to carry the accessories of his divine service. The physical remained as coarse as ever and could not directly be involved in his spiritual life. Nevertheless, Abraham looked to his first step in wrestling with the material from its inherent self absorption by utilizing it. He perpetually to assist in his service of the Most High. Moses, on the other hand, was embarking on the mission that was to accumulate in his receiving the Torah, the medium by which the Most High empowered man to dissolve the dichotomy between the higher and lower domains. The Torah instructs and enables us to sanctify even the most mundane aspects of our lives, to integrate our material selves and environment in our spiritual goals. So Moses used the donkey to carry his wife and children. A person's wife and children are the extensions of his own self, in the words of our sages. A person's wife, excuse me, a person's wife and children are the extensions of his own self. In the words of our sages, a person's wife is like his own body. Talmud, this is in Talmud, Bereshit 24a. And as a child is a limb to his father. Ibid Evron 70b. Beginning with Moses, began to play a central and intimate role in our lives, our life's work. But Moses marks only the beginning of Torah effect on the physical world. Ever since, whenever a person uses material resources to perform a mitzvah, e.g., giving money to charity, using the energy his body extracts from his food to fuel his fever in prayer, he refines these physical objects, divesting them on their mundanity and selfishness with each such act. The physical world becomes that much holier, that much more in harmony with the essence and function. Each such brings closer to the day when our world will finally and completely shed the husk of cohesiveness that is the source of our ignorance. And can you scroll up, Karima? I want to finish this article so we can move on because it's a lot of stuff I want to show. We might not be able to do it because it's getting late. All right, yeah, we're about to the end. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Let's see. What was I? Refines these physical objects, diversity. Oh, then you kind of moved me. Okay, there we go. All right. But Moses marks only the beginning of Torah. I read that. It affects the physical world. I read that. So let me see where I leave off at. Universal. Okay. Let me find my spot, y'all. With each such act, the physical world becomes that much holier, that's much more in harmony with its essence and function. Each such act brings closer the day when our world will finally completely shed the husk of cohesiveness that is the source of all ignorance and strife, bringing on a new dawn of universal peace and perfection. So the Mashiach, who represents the ultimate fulfillment of Torah, himself rides the donkey of the material for the heralds a world in which the material is no longer the lower or secondary element, but an ultra refined resource, no less central and significant a force for good than the most spiritual creation. All right, all right, fellow. Sorry about that. All right, so I hope. I mean, I really don't have too much time because I got to get up in the morning. But I kind of want to go over, just a few scriptures with Sarnett, and I hope that he's trying to learn and understand the significance of the donkey, you know, and how it ties into prophecy. And this should even educate you to the guys who's running around here teaching that there's other messiahs, but they don't fit that prophecy because there's guys like Onias is the third. I don't think there's no prophecy about him riding no donkey into Jerusalem. So Judah Nazareth, you out, you know. Prima, can you let's see. Okay, now I got to deal with Uncle West. Oh, I'm a little tired, man. So I really don't have a lot of energy like I normally do, so I apologize. It's kind of dry today with me on here. But let's show the video. Let's get into the video, man. Uncle West being Uncle West, and that's just being plain damn ignorant, right? That's the only way I can say. Uncle West being Uncle West, and that's just being plain damn ignorant. And I wish they stick to teaching science, but you don't even do that right. All right, Criminal, did you find my spot where I come in at? But what I like you do is you'll see my name up there. Let's see. Yeah, okay, yeah, where that map is. Go a little bit before that map. Start by right up in here. Now, can we put up the fair use thing? Because they're a little butthurt over there. They mad at the Hebrews. And the title of this, y'all go see it is Pseudo Killers. Hebrews running wild. So I'm like, okay, well, who running wild over here? Let me see what the hell going on. Now, we don't want to hear too much of a pseudoness, Kareem. But I guess go ahead and start here.
It says, I understand, even though he's talking about phi logic. I understand what you're saying. That's cool. But I believe everything has energy, and that's cool too. To each their own. Yeah, he said they believe it. They don't know. They believe in that. Everything has energy. Yeah, to each his own. But we're going to learn. We're going to have a conversation around energy, what it is. Right? So when I push this computer, I'm actually transferring my energy, see, into the computer. I push it, right? Let's get them likes, man. Let's get them likes. And where is the day going? A second, Joe. Where is the day going? Man. Yeah, I gotta plug this thing. Plug this thing up right there. Thing
I don't
ran
know what
out
the hell.
on.
I don't know what the hell he's doing.
All right, see y'all coming in. Coming in the building. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. Good thing. Good thing. I see you, Pseudo Killer Official.
Chris,
Mr.
might
Cedric,
speak
how
up.
you doing, brother?
Peace, God Killer. I want to
Hey,
say
hey, hey,
that.
whoa, right there, right there. Stop there. This is part. This the guy. This the dude that kept interrupting. He's a Caribbean coon. He don't like nothing about. He don't like. He was against us African Americans getting what they call African descendants of slavery. ADOS. Him and Garfield, all these Caribbean jerk. What they call it, jerk chicken eating ass dudes coming over here trying to tell us we don't deserve reparations and all that. You know, I ain't out there marching for it and all that. But if we get it, we get it. But I don't need you to come tell us. You ain't even from here, bro. But I guess this is one of they pseudo killers, man. This guy. Y'all let me know if y'all think he kind of scientific or smart or just an idiot. Y'all let me know. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Go ahead, Kareem. All right, I think we froze up here for a second. So I don't know. This one of them days, man. Oh, there you go.
Shalom Shah, Akashah Shah.
I mean, look at this idiot.
Yahweh Shah, Hamashah.
Humna. Salami and bacon.
Man.
Oh man, we walked from Israel all the way to West Africa, yo.
And we got on the boat and we came over here and we lost it and we forgot it. And then all of a sudden we remembered, and the Tahinos who were over here all the time, never been to Israel, they are Jews. And the Haitians are a different people than the Dominicans, and the Jamaicans are a different group than the North Americans, but we ain't African. Whoa.
Then we Native Americans too.
Oh yeah. No, don't forget those.
Africans don't teach atheism.
Want to take a genetic test? No, we got bloodlines like dogs. They're bred like dogs, so they got bloodline.
Hey.
Straight out the Congo. I'm
shout
all
out
right.
to James. James, slow down. Let me introduce you properly, sir. This man owns a fleet of something. I don't know what it is. He tell me I'm telling his business, but he told us he owns a fleet, but and he's very, very literate when it comes to aviation, right? And so he's going to be, right there, the head, right, of that monster when we deal with that flat Earth. And so eloquent. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you switch. I don't know how you tether back and forth from pseudo to. I don't know how you do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you master that art. It's a hell of an art you got going there, bro. Do you fly your plane upside down? Let me stop. What I will tell you is, though, you know what the hell you talking about when it comes to this thing, this aviation thing.
Sure.
This thing about flying, the shape of the Earth, you get it because you fly, right? And that whole thing is orientated to having an Earth that's not flat. So for them for the earth to be flat, they would have to teach that in aviation school. For it to be a plane, an endless plane, right? They would have to teach that, right? So yeah, glad to have you on that for that mission right there. And we going in, we're gonna go to different channels, man. Gonna set that schedule up, yo. And we're
Remember,
just
can
gonna
you
get our
fast forward,
community
please?
rid
I gotta
of that
speed it up a little bit.
European craziness, because that's exactly what that is. I don't know how it eased those.
How does these AirPods sound? You can hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
Okay, yeah. I just needed a mic check. That's all. Yeah, continue on.
Yeah. So, we clean up the division. It's just that simple. They skirted back out of their little holes again. You know what I mean? The Hebrews just skirted back out, and they got a lucky tweet. That's crazy. You get a lucky tweet by another pseudo with some money, and now that's the thing, right? The dude that was making the video.
I told you they was mad.
Lucky, right? Lucky. That's okay. He was prepared for that luckiness. He got the material out there. So what that shows me is, we coming close. We right there in the game, because it's like a magnet, yo. If you pull the Hebrews out in the front, become popularized, yo, then you got to come. Then you're gonna pull what come behind it. What come behind it, yo? Pseudo
They mad, y'all.
Real information.
Yep. Sonetta, Three Stooges. Hold on for a minute, Chris.
Hey, I'm not mad. I just know
what
we got.
Y'all
see me.
All right. So yesterday, Sonetta had. See, this is part of Sonetta's goof troop. You see, yesterday we had Dumb and Dumber starring Reggie Mayberry and Judah Nazareth. Judah Nazareth has now officially became an HOK member. You see, he is sold, kissed the ring, and compromised his thoughts from Egypt, Canaan, and all that. Look, he's Reggie's understudy now. You see, but these guys been mad. So today they got on. We got Sonetta's Three Stooges, Larry Moore and Curly up there. You see, a bunch of goddamn idiots who when you even give them the truth and you give them the information, they keep their biased ideas guarded. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, they don't even care what you bring to them. It's like, who cares what you just said? I don't give a damn for the truth. I'm a dumb nigga. Go ahead, Kareem. Please, thank you. I can't stay up too late anymore. You might have to fry forward. I don't even know when I jump on. Might be in the middle of this. Yeah, close to where you get that map out. Go back some. Let me see. Go back some a little bit. Okay. Start when he first break the map out. And you see it first come on the screen. That's when we catch him lying. Okay, yeah, so you gotta go back some more. I'll say about right there. I don't think I'm on yet.
So you got.
We heard the Hebrews are dancing, bro.
You gotta go back.
Dancing, dance machine, got to get down, got to get down.
I come over here for the smoke.
Dance machine.
Stay on here. You got the bunk dance a little bit over here too.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna give you the table of nations right here. All right.
Premier, you gotta go back.
We're gonna use geography.
Go back to when I first come on. Ain't that far. Okay, about right there, maybe. About right there. Let's just start there.
Right? So yeah, glad to have you on that for that mission right there. And we going in, we're gonna go to different channels, man. Gonna set that schedule up, yo, and we're just gonna get our community rid of that European craziness, because that's exactly what that is. I don't know how it eased those.
How does these AirPods sound? You can hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
Sound good.
Okay, yeah, I just needed a mic check. That's all. Yeah, continue on.
Yeah. So, you know, we clean up the division. It's just that simple. They skirted back out of their little holes again. You know what I mean? The Hebrews just skirted back out and they got a lucky tweet. That's crazy. You get a lucky tweet by another pseudo with some money, and now that's the thing, right? The dude that was making the nonsense, lucky, right? Lucky. That's okay.
Mad, y'all.
You know, he was prepared for that luckiness. He got the material
Mad,
out there. So what that shows me is, you know, we coming close. We right there in the game, because it's like a
Nigga
magnet.
ain't no
If you
game.
pull a
Ain't nobody
Hebrews
talking about y'all.
out in the front, become popularized, yo, then you gotta come. Then you gonna pull what come behind it. What come behind it, yo? Pseudo killers.
Pseudo killers.
Real
Makes
information.
sense.
Look, y'all, we
Yep.
supposed to be scared of these
So
three.
I mean, so you know, I'm you know, hey, I'm not mad.
What is it?
I just
What
know
is
what
these
we gotta
three
do.
idiots gonna do to
Y'all see
change
me
the
revving
world?
it up, yo. Now we got a couple places to play now, right? Reggie got about maybe 190,000 subscribers. Son of the Street, no, Son
Hold on,
of the
stop.
University got
You gotta
about
stop. You gotta stop.
12,000.
You gotta stop real quick.
Uh,
Reggie can't even get. If he got 190,000 subscribers over there, how come Reggie can only get 300 people? Couldn't even get 300 people to come in the audience yesterday. Nobody wants to see Reggie. Nobody wants to see you. You about as dumb as Rob Bourne, bro. I just realized it tonight when I left the platform and I sat down, and like 1 minute ago, it really just sunk in. I'm dumber than a box of bricks, man. I mean, I ain't lying. This dude dumber than a box of goddamn bricks. Watch him try to teach, y'all. Pay attention. Go ahead, Chris. You start back up.
we over 2,000 here, close to 3,000 in the Real Black Atheist, man. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to the Real Black
Thank you.
Atheist on Fire. The Mars, make sure y'all put that in there, man. I mean, I'm not playing with these dudes, right? We're not playing this game, man. Shout out to Anthony, man. Space Age African, man. Man, join our astronomy club. All right, what's up? What's up, brother Anthony, with the high power telescope? What's up with you?
Peace to you, my brother.
These
What's
niggas out here
happening with
looking at
y'all?
stars.
Who won the
What,
game?
what y'all
Who
gonna
won the
do?
game?
What,
Is the
what,
game over with
I mean,
yet?
come on.
Nah, man, we beating the brakes off them boy, man.
Can't
Ain't no
stand
country.
I can't stand man.
But yeah, peace. I would just want to say peace to everybody. Everybody out in the chat. Peace, peace.
Yeah.
Some
I hear you
lames
rocking,
over
my
there.
brother. Keep it going.
So I'm gonna put up this first map, right? Here's the first map. And oh man, where's the map?
What's
What's going on? I see you.
I was, in cyberspace, man, and then I just so happened to come across your channel and say, "What Hebrews is going wild? What they doing, man?"
Don't worry about it. Stay easy for a minute. Relax yourself. Chill.
Yeah.
You sound like you outside.
I'm
I heard they
outside, man.
dancing, bro.
I'm outside, man.
You outside, yo?
I don't smoke inside the house,
Man,
I
that's
don't do
good.
that.
You shouldn't smoke, period.
Yes, this is medical marijuana. See?
Oh, so you
We
got
heard we heard the Hebrews are dancing, bro.
dancing, dance machine, got to get down, got to get down.
I come over here for the smoke.
Dance machine.
You
know
can
what I'm
stay
saying,
on
bro?
here. You got the bunk dance a little bit over here too.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna give you the table of nations right here. All right. And we're gonna use geography to
All right. Hold up, everybody.
So they're done
Hold
at
up,
this
hold up.
point, they're done.
Now, see,
Right?
this is where
The game is really over with.
JJ7000 catch this guy.
Now, if we're using their mindset,
Watch this.
okay. Let me make this a little bigger here. Let me get this out of the way. If
See, it's
we're
an
gonna use
echo
their
chamber. They don't want
mindset,
you to ask questions over there. Watch this.
okay, then all right, let me see how I look in the thing. Let's use their mindset for a minute. All right.
Slow down 1 second. Just let me interject before you continue on. The last time we spoke about the bald eagle and eagle being used as a symbol of power, you see, you and my esteemed brother, both of you and my esteemed brother, Casual Smash Rockwell, seem to claim that it originated in Egypt. The eagle is a power symbol. I just wanted to correct the record.
I never said that. Scott.
No, well, I didn't want you to dip in and out of pseudo.
No, I never said that. I never
leave
said
that. Leave that for your perception. I don't want you to actually dip in and out of pseudo, because that's for Millennium BC, Mesopotamia.
Haru is a hawk, bro. I said that.
Clear that up. I just want to clear my record.
All right,
because I'm undefeated so far, on any counterpoints.
Not a problem. Not a problem. How you doing, Sister Carmen in the building? That's the Queen Mother. That's the Queen Mother of the kingdom. So here we go right here. So we have, right? You got Ham, right? This would be Ham's world, right? Remember over here, somewhere over here in Turkey, right? Flood happened over here and flooded. And remember Ham went in here, created what? Egypt and all that, all this, right? That's Africa, right? Okay. And over here it's supposed to be
slow your cursor down a little bit so we can follow you, family. Please and thank you.
Yeah, so this is Shem world. Y'all can read Shem. That's Shem's world. Right? This is according to the biblical. You're naming all the tribes. All right. Then you got Japheth. Okay. So you got the Amorites, what's the Jebusites, all the sites. I don't know how the Hittites got there. The Hittites with me. I don't know why they put
lead them right there. Lead them right there.
All right, Canaanites, right?
Yep.
Jephthhites, all right, Gumar. All right, these supposed to be your Indo-Europeans. Caspian Sea, Black Sea. All right, so this is it. Let's just say this.
Who publishes the map? Is this map an excerpt from the book Eyebrows to
No, it's just a map. These are places mentioned in the biblical world. So this is the world right here. I'm letting y'all know that this is the only world that's mentioned in the Hebrew text. You see how much of the world is missing. I think you need to know geography. This is the Red Sea. This is the part they supposed to split and walk through, whatever. Okay.
That's the only world that mattered back then, huh? Cush and Egypt and Mesopotamia and all that. I mean, North America wasn't involved. So the world that they're talking about in the Bible is the world around them. We know this. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother. So I just want the African American community to know what the world was. This is the only world they was talking about. Judah confirms it. This is the only world that mattered. So go tell them cities that was in Mesoamerica, millions of people during this time, with structures. You know what I mean? 3,500 BC, they got structures, right? They're not true pyramids, but they got them. Cities, now let's just forget about, they don't count. I get it. What about Australia? Them people, they don't count either. Nope. None of that. You got a lot of people everywhere. But the point I want to make here, and it needs to be noted, that this is the biblical world. And I'm going to tell you right now, they wasn't going all the way down here in Nubia. They ain't no stop it. All this up here, up in the Delta, is what they talk about in the biblical text. Right? This is important. Okay, so this is that's it. Now we know that there's no West Africa in here, right? There's no South African, there's no Central Africa in here, right? But that's so I'm fine with that. This is part of their custom tradition, and this is part of their what we would say custom tradition folklore. That's okay. But African Americans, okay, that know they came over here on boats, because they admit it. They just say it was some boats, God prophesied it or whatever. That's cool. You can do whatever you want to do, right? That's on you. But your prophecy is just that, your prophecy, having nothing to do with the rest of the world, because it was talking about this world. See the Mediterranean? This is where a lot of the slaves were shipped back and forth to these different areas. Persian Gulf, all that, you know what I mean? Sidebar note, during the Ice Age, right? This Persian Gulf, these areas are shrunk. Why? Because a lot of the waters is sucked up in the ice caps. All right. So people live around these areas. Okay. And when the ice started to melt, when we get out the ice, the glacial stages, right? These waters return and they flood people out.
Hey, this is a good lesson, but you kind of skipped past the Kush people, and you said that they didn't.
Airball, easy, man. Let my man do his thing.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying, but he said the Kushites is not in the Bible. I'm trying to figure that part out.
I didn't say the Kushites in the Bible.
Oh, okay.
No, Kushites is in the Bible, but I don't think.
Okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say Jeremiah 13:23 is a notable for the explicit reference to conspicuous character of the Cushite skin in Isaiah 18:2 describes the Cushites as tall and smooth. The latter adjective believed to describe the Asiatic, I can't pronounce this one, Athisiac appeal to their skinny black skin, shiny black skin. And that word I can't pronounce is Aesthetic. Somebody help me with that one.
I'm not helping, Jeremiah. Cut me off again here.
Okay, but I'm just saying, go ahead, man. But you can't be doing that, man. About the Bible.
We can't help you, man.
Cut me
Go
off
ahead.
again.
Go ahead, man.
One more time. My daddy, the black hole.
Hey, Kareem, stop for a second.
It's coming. So, terms like
stop for a second,
Mizraim, there's no record of people in the Nile Valley referring to themselves as that. Simple. The Cushites, I don't know that they don't call themselves Cushites. Right? So once again, this is their world. So in your world, you're going to be what? You're going to be God's chosen people.
So are he telling us that there's
your world.
no people on earth calling themselves
I ain't mad at that.
Right. Me neither. But African Americans need to know that your world was bigger than this world. That's what we need to know. That knock it off, calm down, breathe. Geography saves the day. It's not hard. This is a very simple lesson. It's right there for you to see. They didn't know about, like Jeremiah Judah, like his name say, ain't nobody else mattered. Right. That's a good lesson to learn. Nobody else mattered.
I said at that time, that was their world that they were talking about.
Of course.
The people over in Mesoamerica, what they was doing, they was writing down stuff in their world.
Right.
You see?
I agree. Totally.
So I'm trying to figure out what's the point of this.
The point is, we don't want to get construed that the Hebrews, nor did God know the rest of the world. We want to make that point clear. Because if God would have knew about that world, he would have wrote about it. We want to make that clear that he was only talking about this world because it's their world. They know nothing about other worlds. Simple. Because it was talked about. Had no power over the rest of the worlds, obviously, because everybody had different deity, right? So we know that, and we get it, and really on some real black atheist style, right?
You can't say deity and atheist the same.
We already know for sure, without reason, that human beings, early religion, because we study these books. Every time I show you a book, get the damn book, right? How religion evolved. So Judaism represents an evolving of religions. So early humans, Homo Neanderthals, Homo erectus, right? They early Homo sapiens, they worship the things in their world. Okay, so if you lived on a river and your source of sustenance came from the river, like what would you worship? You would worship the damn river. You get water. Without water, you're dying in 3 days. You can go days without eating food, but not drink no water. Your ass is grass. So we're gonna worship the water. We're gonna the fish. We're gonna give significance to fish.
No.
JJ from is
Jeremiah.
Is that the world JJ from?
Let
Why
me
you keep cutting in this world?
Let me respond to that about the fish.
Jeremiah.
The fish.
I
Listen,
don't
brother.
actually put you.
Okay, I just let me know when I can come in off your
No,
bill.
I'm gonna get you.
Kramer, can
You
you
remember
stop
when I was
real
on
quick?
Sunday and I was trying to do my bill, and I told you to hang out, and you kept cutting in, but I let you talk. I know you fear the information, man.
You was on where?
All right? No, because you trying to run past Kush.
I don't want to remove you. I'm gonna put you in a black hole though, but I can't figure it out. Hide
You
non-video.
can't figure it out. I'm
Too
be quiet,
dumb to
man.
throw me off, y'all.
Be quiet.
You're
Let
too
me know when I
dumb.
get 2 minutes, all right? Then I'm gonna
I
cut
don't want to kill you, bro.
you.
We're capable of
Kramer,
being
can you
quiet,
stop
don't
the
you?
tape for a second?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I just want the brothers and sisters in the chat to know that geography rules the day when you're talking about human beings, and the Bible very eloquently lets you know what they're talking about. So to them, during that time, 6th century BC, right? That's what they thought the world was. Simple as that. All that googly gosh, the whole world, but didn't know about the whole world. Nobody knew about other areas. Nobody knew about Australia. Nobody knew about none of that. South Africa, Pygmy Twas, they didn't know. West Africa out the game. They didn't know. Central, they didn't know. Asia, the Chinese, they didn't know. But that's okay. So please, using scientific literacy, using geography, please stop applying your 2022 idea of the world.
This nigga just like to hear himself
It would
talk.
be ridiculous. And not to mention, what they really want to do is they want to have you spooked out. Well, what's the spooked outness in this conversation? The spooked outness is there's some kind of God of the Hebrew making, because it's a Hebrew God,
spooked
that
out
some kind of way could read and
from
know
the scholar.
that in the 1600s that their people will be taken up in
Spooked
boats
outness
and
was the
voting over
biggest word
America.
that came from this scholar's
So
mouth.
God
man.
is telling you, so they say, about a land that don't nobody know about, not even God, and that's what they're going to end up at. We call that tomfoolery. That's the spooked outness. That's the they can't get past that.
Okay,
That's
since I'm the only Hebrew Israelite on here, can I respond?
Hold your horses.
And they don't seem to realize that this all-knowing God only knows about this small area. This is a testament to this book having nothing to do with any supernatural force and just a product of men who understood that to be the totality of their world.
Okay, can I join in?
To this question, what makes you think you're from that world?
Okay, brother. Can I speak? I mean, don't ask me a question. I want to join in with the conversation, brother. Don't try to sidetrack. Because this
You
is
don't
a
want
Hebrew.
no questions.
No, let me just get this off, and then you can ask me 20 questions with 7,000. Get done teaching real quick. All right. Now, this is a Bible discussion, so you got to have somebody that's qualified to speak about it, not an atheist.
Discussion, man. This is a pseudo.
That makes no sense at
We
all.
about to cut your throat.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be some weed, because 7,000 it take an army. Now watch this. All right. Now, Uncas came in front of the people and said that the world is only dealing with such and such area, and it don't deal with Kush. All right, so
Stop.
the Bible is clear that Kush, brother, has some discipline.
I'm
Please,
gonna stop you. You're
No,
not gonna create a straw man on this
bro.
channel and argue it down. At no point
Karima, can you stop the tape for 1 second?
anything of the sort. So no, you're not gonna do that. You're either correct the statement or I'm gonna cut you off.
I'm trying to narrate certain situations.
Okay, whatever you felt that disrespected you in any type of way, I apologize. Now let me read what I want to read real quick, bro. I'm gonna get out your way.
Straw man,
This ain't no straw man. We're talking about what he's talking about. You said Kush wasn't a part of it. Let me school you.
No,
what you scared
Kush
of?
is on
You
the
know
map.
nothing about the.
Kush
hey, bro, you know
is on the map.
It's on the map.
It is clear
Kush
that
is
Kush,
on the map.
like
So that
Israel,
nullifies
also
your
experienced
argument.
Yah's salvation from beyond the rivers of Kush. Shut your ass up, my worshipers dispersed one shall bring my offering. That's in Zechariah 3 and 10. Cush shall make haste to stretch out his hands in offering to God. The Most High God was everybody God before it was Israel. You idiot. Now let me keep reading. Let me keep reading. Now you don't know shit about
Listen, wait,
Bible.
1
Shut
second,
your
Melvin.
ass
The
up
idiot, you know, you got
and
to
get
take a pause
schooled.
after the
You
idiot.
niggas run
Come
your
on
mouth
now.
about
Wait.
Israel, and now
Hey,
you want me to yell
whoa,
at your slow asses.
hold on.
Stick to science.
Wait.
Now
Hey,
let me
Judah.
finish my
Hey,
scripture.
Judah. Hold on,
Stick to
Judah.
science, you goddamn idiots.
Judah. Okay.
Now be quiet.
Okay.
Be quiet. Now you want to learn? You come over here complaining. Let me teach you about.
No, stop.
That black hole is powerful.
They some cowards.
God.
You see that? Unc, you weak as hell. Career,
Idiots.
can you stop it,
We're
please?
not calling names. He was close to getting cussed out. I don't want to cuss him out because I will do it. I will definitely cuss Jude up, but I'm not going to do it. Right? He's in the black hole for a minute. Let him permeate through the cosmos for a minute. We're not idiots. We're learning over here. Right? There's a lot of names we could call them. We got the most
Rima,
powerful
can you
tools
stop the tape?
that
I'm
human
trying to
beings have
narrate certain
created
spots.
to understand the natural world. And we're not allowing other people to use it, and we not partake upon it. Whether you're religious or not, whether you think you believe in God, whatever, right? We're not playing that game, all right? So, let me see. Okay. All right, time machine, time travel around this motherfucker. Judah. Let you back in, Judah. If you ain't gone.
Nice.
Mr. Rich, how you doing, man? That black hole ain't no joke, yo. That black African power there. How you doing, Mr. Rich? What's going on, brother?
Hey, yo, Black African power, man. Everybody in the, in the panel, everything is good. I'm just waiting my turn, yo. You good to go?
Okay. So we're gonna see. Let's see. All right, we're gonna pull up a source here and see what they're talking about. See if this is this. Let's see what Kush really. Let's see. It's right there for us. We don't gotta make nothing up. Nope, never did had to. That's why they in trouble, because they gotta make shit up. That's the problem.
When I hold him and you hit him.
Beat him with that stick.
Oh, that Hebrew.
Okay, so we come right here. Share the screen, right? All right, and we're just gonna see. So let's say right here, Kush or Kush, Hebrew pronunciation. First of all, Kush Bible. Why would they put that there? Because it's a biblical term. Okay, and according to the Hebrew Bible, was the oldest son of Ham. See, and grandson of Noah. He was the brother of Mizraim. No record of anybody called Mizraim, right? No Egyptian concept of Mizraim. See, is the Hebrew of Aramaic name for the land of Egypt. All right, with the dual suffix, perhaps referring to the two Egypts, upper Egypt and lower Egypt, perhaps. Mizraim is the dual form of Medzor, meaning mound or fortress, the name of a people descended from Ham. No African people descended from Ham. That's the biblical narrative. No African American descended from Ham. That's folklore and mythology of a Hebrew Jewish people and their story. Their story talks about where they came from, having absolutely nothing to do where you came from. All indigenous tribes have the inalienable right to create their own ideas and concepts, deified ancestors. That's all Yahweh is a deified ancestor. But have to be. Let's do a thought experiment real quick.
Now, will you accept scientific literacy as your Lord and Savior?
See, I can't listen to him, man. Some people you can't listen to. So, all right. Let me say this. I need to keep running over these things. I want everybody right now, while we having this conversation, I want all y'all to have a conversation with one of your, it could be one of your passed on ancestors or one of your living progenitors. Your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle. Right now, pick one, pick your favorite. And while we're having this show, I want you to have a conversation with them. While we're having this show, you can multitask on this, trust me. Right now, everybody, come on. All right, I'm gonna give you, we're gonna count to 10. I want y'all to have this conversation when I want you to look them right in their face and I want you to tell them, oh, I love you, right? Yeah, tell them I care about you, right? And look forward to seeing you. Appreciate everything you did. 1, 2, 3.
Kareem, can you hear me? I was only trying.
Yeah.
I was only trying to watch my part. I'm not trying to listen to these goddamn idiots from the whole deal. Cause when he got in the Kush, did my part already go where I left? Did you already see that part? I wasn't on there long. Cause like I say, when I speak, it's always 2 or 3 of them want to jump in for some reason. They learning that shit from Sarnetta. They learning this all and put them on Black Ice bullshit. I ain't gotta come on your punk ass channel. None of you niggas. The fuck? Well, Unc, you bring your simple ass over here and you get to speak and talk to anybody who you want, nigga. Now you wanna act like a little bitch when we come over to your shit. That's what I don't be liking about these niggas, man. Like I say, it don't be no place like home, man. Cause I be out here, man, on these different platforms, they act like some little hoes. But when they come over here, I let these people speak. But you know, 2 wrongs don't make it right, and I'm gonna continue to let people speak when they come over here. Even if it's your bitch ass that did this shit to me when I come on your shit. You see how Uncle acting, Karima?
Yeah.
Some whole ass shit. So now I'm finna bust my article out and teach his dumb ass. Cause he talking about some this is why Jabari is gonna win that debate. You cannot prove that this Bible had nothing to do with Africa, or the Bible's not talking about Africa. None of that, bro. And then they're talking about scientific literacy. Sabio over there talking about scientific. Nigga, you don't even own a scientific book because I can pull up the interview we just had with you about 5-6 months ago. And I asked that you talking about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. They call it STEM. You dumbass niggas. And then when I start asking you with each subject, you don't know no shit about no math. You don't know no shit about no science, Isabio. All you niggas do is cry about the Bible. All you dumbass niggas. They're talking we got lucky with a tweet. You see, that's what this all about, Kareem. You can see it all over his damn face. Go ahead, can you pull up the article about Kush? And then I was gonna do some more stuff, but I think I gotta lay it down. I get up early. Yeah, you must have stepped away because there was a couple points I wanted to make. That's I know I started this show late, so I get it. I get it for real. I'm supposed to have been on here a couple hours ago, but I got caught up over there, Corinne. No, wait. No, this is this ain't that ain't the article. I sent one talking about Kush. There's two articles talking about Kush. No, can we do the other one? Let me see this one. Let me see this one. Hold on. I want to start with the other one. There's also biblical comment between Cushite, the word Cush. Yeah, it was the other one. All right. It says the Cushite race and representation in the Hebrew Bible by Kevin Burrell. All right. Okay. Let me know when you start. It says, okay. Cushites are mentioned 54 times in the Hebrew Bible, but who are they? Our understanding has been clouded. On the one hand, Amos 9 and 7 presents a most tantalizing comparison between the Israelites and the Cushites. Wait a minute. So we comparing Cushites to who they say is white Israelites. Why would they compare those two? That should be a red flag right there. Uncle them and all the Sarnetta and all them talking about the Israelites is white. Why would they compare European? Oh, they call themselves. What do these Jewish people? Do they call themselves Europeans or they call themselves Shemites? I don't know what to call them. But I know goddamn well why the hell they comparing some European looking people to some Cushites. Ask yourself that. All right, let's keep it moving. Are you not like the? Hold on, look at this. Look at this comparison, y'all. Are you not like the Cushites to me, O Israel? But West got his slow peanut brain ass in front of the TV and said the Bible. I mean, the Cush didn't have nothing to do with the Bible. Cush didn't have nothing. We didn't know nothing about their world. This is what he slipped up and said. This is why I went in on this slow ass. You should just stick to trying to teach pseudoscience and stay away from the Bible. Cushites to me, O Israel, declares Yah. A biblical scholar William Rainey Harper, 1905, contemporary, which appeared in a popular international critical commentary series, provided the following explanation. This is a commentary series where he's making his explanation. So commentary series are really just commentary series, right? Israel says the prophet is no more to me than the far distant, uncivilized, and despised black race of Ethiopians. Damn. No reference is made to their Hamitic origins or their black skin, and yet their color and the fact that slaves were so often drawn from them. And he moved it. Hold up, now what was that? So often. Man, this is not a. Okay, hold up. You moved it and I lost my spot. Let me see. I don't even know. Okay, hold up. No reference to. Okay, here it is. All right. No reference is made to their Hamitic origins or black skin, yet their color and the fact that slaves were so often drawn from them added to the grounds of despising them. Harper's clarification on Amos' text is the perfect example of how the values and the beliefs of modern age influence and even determine interpretations of the past. It is also a demonstration of the kind of unwarranted. Kareem, you keep moving. I'm on my phone, Kareem. So okay, hold up. And where was that? Okay, hold up. Unwarranted assumptions that often involve the ancient Kushites. Man, okay, yeah, this one. I'm sorry, but today is not a good read day for me for some reason. I keep stumbling. I don't know. Okay, all right. What was that? Often involve the ancient Kushites, and keep in mind I'm reading on my phone, so it's kind of small. It is factual that the Ethiopians who appear in the biblical text were come on, man, who writing this? Uncivilized, despised, and the slaves of the ancient world. I don't agree with that. Who wrote this? This is how they thought back then. Okay. All right. The short answer is, of course, a categorical no. But the exegetical trajectory was widespread among biblical commentaries well into the 20th century and still today. All right, I'm going to say, man, who writing this shit? Like, okay, but implicit and explicit racialized sentiments about the Kushites can still be found among commentators. The vast majority of the 54 references of Kushites in the Hebrew Bible concern the African nation of Kush on the southern border of ancient Egypt, known to the ancient Egyptians mainly as Kush. The territory of the ancient Kushites covered the northern and southern regions of present-day Sudan, West, and Egypt. I mean, he wants to get on here and say that there's no such thing as a Kushite. There's no people calling them Kushites. Man, what is wrong with this guy? You that mad that you gonna sit up here and make up lies just like you got in front of Sarnetta TV and you got up there and said you took a DNA test and you came back Ethiopian, Egyptian, and Magi. You made that up. And when I heard that, from that point forward, I could never take you serious, bro. I can hear you for jokes and laughs, but your scholarship is garbage. And you sit there and lie. Ain't nobody gonna come back and tell you Egyptian, Ethiopian, and Magi. Magi. That's bro, you made that up. That's not gonna be on no DNA test. You Magi. Come on, man. Okay, so northern and southern regions in present-day Sudan and Egypt, respectively, and therefore to be distinguished from the modern nation of Ethiopia, which lies much further south of the Horn of Africa, ancient Nubia, as Egyptologists prefer to call this region, was largely occupied by sub-Saharan African peoples. Okay. Yeah, keep going up. All right, stop. Okay, what else we got up in here? All right, the ancient Egypt and Kush shared the Nile River and common border, allowed for thousands of years interaction between two rival nations, Kushites and Egyptians, engaged in trade, diplomacy, and in conflicts, resulting to a dynamic landscape of social, political, and interconnections, and a millennia of bi-redirectional. Hold up, redirectional. Okay, god dang it, it's time for me to lay down. I'm a bi. It says bi-directional migration. Directional. I can't even pronounce that. Consequently, people of Kushite origins could be found at every tier of Egyptian society, including the office of the pharaoh. Kushite soldiers, for instance, were such an integral part of Egyptian army since the earliest. Creamer, is you moving the screen or is it me? Maybe she don't hear me.
No, it's you.
It's me? Okay. Integral part of the Egyptian army since the earliest time that see it ain't working. It's just times of the Egyptologist Bruce Williams remarked, they played a role in just about every struggle of military force whose composition is recorded textually and visually. So let's see if there's anything about Kush people. It says the Old Kingdom. I don't know. Early Kerma, first Edomite period. I don't know if it's not okay. Here we go right here. Okay. In the New Kingdom, because remember the dude said that no people call themselves Kushites or Kush or so. I mean, I don't know if he's saying that because this word is in the Bible and he's trying to discredit the Bible in actual places. I don't know. But he would have to show me where there's no people calling themselves Kushites. But I'm gonna finish reading a little bit more Korean, but then we got to finish this. It's getting late for me. All right. So I'm gonna start early maybe tomorrow when I get off work. Before I get off work. All right. So in the New Kingdom, 1550 to 1070 BCE, Egypt secluded Kush, which Unc said is something made up. I don't know what should it be called, huh? And I know Egypt is not the real name either. So you need to come on here and tell us what we know. Egypt is Kemet, Mary, or whatever y'all want to call it. But Kush, you have to is it Nubia? I mean, what do we call it? Are these new names? Then what did you never did tell us what they call this? Have you just ran your mouth, but you didn't never say anything. But you made a big mistake when you said that the Bible doesn't deal with Africans. This is not an African book, and the Most High is gonna come back and get not just Israelites, but Cushites and all nations that believe in it. All right, so let's read this. The Cushites. Okay, so Egypt subdued Cush and annexed the south into its empire, which also included the Cushites would in turn conquer Egypt and establish the 25th dynasty that lasted for about 100 years, beginning in the middle of the 8th century BCE. Though the Cushites would lose their Egyptian holding by the middle of 7th century, the kingdom of Kush would last for nearly another millennium. And it's hard reading off this phone. Okay, right. Yeah, Kermit, I'm at this. I can't really see, and is my phone jumping up? Okay, hold up. Oh, here we go. Till its final dissolution in the 4th century CE. The ages of the classical Hebrew prophets coincide with the rise of the 25th dynasty of Egypt, and thus Egypt is much prophetic literature was a policy under the dominion of Kushite pharaohs. Taharka, the most notable Kushite pharaoh, is mentioned in 2 Kings 19 and 9 as marching his army into Judah. So I guess Taharka came to save some European Israelites, everybody. Huh? Hold on for a second. Since they say that, real Israelites are European, and Sarnetta has even went on there and said that we still in their identity. I mean, I don't know what their agenda is. Why are they so mad at the Hebrew Israelites? They can deal with everybody else, the Moors, and they can deal with Black Women God folks and the new Black Panther Party and the Muslims, but it's something about the Hebrew Israelites that they just don't know. I mean, it's like they hate us. So they hate us so much that they make up lies and do shows every day discussing the Hebrew Israelites. You ever notice that? All of them. Sarnetta, Unc West, Garfield, all of them every day. Without us, you wouldn't even have a show. Without talking about the Hebrew Israelites, you niggas wouldn't have a show. These niggas call themselves pseudo killers. They don't be over there talking about no science. You know what they be talking about? Over there complaining about us. It's funny. All right. So the Kushites would in turn conquer Egypt and establish the 25th Kushite dynasty that lasted for about 100 years, beginning in the middle of the 8th century BCE. Though the Kushites would lose their Egyptian holding by the middle of the 7th century, the kingdom of Kush would last for nearly another millennium till the dissolution dissolution in the 4th century CE. The age of classical Hebrew prophets coincide with the rise of the 25th dynasty of Egypt, and thus Egypt, as much prophetic literature was a policy under the dominion of Cushite pharaohs. To hearken, the most notable Cushite pharaoh is mentioned in 2 Kings 19:9 as marching his army into Judah in 701 BCE in defense of King Hezekiah. So Taharka went in and helped out a whole bunch of European folks, y'all, who seemed powerless before the invading Assyrians. According to 2 Kings 19:35, the Assyrians routed by the angel of Yah. However, many scholars have argued that the real hero in the story is the Cushite army who military success against Syria ensured the preservation of both Jerusalem and Hezekiah's throne. Let's keep reading. Indeed, iconographic, archaeological, and textual evidence indicate that Cushite Egyptian soldiers were defending in important Judean towns like Lachish, also mentioned in 2 Kings 19:8. At this critical period, in fact, Hezekiah became vassal to the Cushite dynasty, potentially subject to all terms of vassalage. Is there any more after that, Karim? Okay. All right. Following this vein, Cushite are characterized largely in a militaristic people in the Hebrew Bible. Most references to Cush occur in the context of military engagements, i.e., 2 Chronicles 149, 15. Excuse me. That's probably 149. Excuse me. 2 Chronicles 14, 9, verse 15. Sorry about that. Then in Isaiah 23 and 4, we talk about the Cushites in Jeremiah 46 and 9, Ezekiel 34 through 5, Isaiah 18 and 2. For instance, characteristics of Cushites as a people feared near and far, and nation mighty and conquering. This is consistent with the Cushites' military reputation in ancient Egypt and the ancient Near East in general. There's a little picture of some of the Kushites. So, I mean, Unc, you had to tell me the name that they called themselves before this name was bestowed upon them. And you didn't do that, so you just running your mouth. All right. In terms of physical representation of Egypt, iconographic evidence constantly depict Kushites as dark skin pigmentation, and the Greeks referred to the Southerners as Ethiopians or Ethiopians, meaning burnt of face, but far from exhibiting the kind of antiquity and the antiquity. What is that? Antipathy towards blackness we find in the modern context. The physical characteristics of the Kushites evoke no negative response. Ancient peoples like Egyptians, Assyrians, and Greeks did not develop a racialized view of identity. And that's this tribute scene, Egyptian tribute scene showing Nubians with black and dark brown complexion. Is that the end of that? All right. Okay. It says the biblical text also indicates that Cushite, as a general rule, had dark pigmentation. Jeremiah 13:23 is notable for its explicit reference to the conspicuous character of the Cushite skin, and Isaiah 18:2 describes the Cushites as tall and smooth. The latter adjective believed to describe it's that word I can't pronounce, aesthetic, I can't pronounce that. Aesthetic appeal. Okay, there we go. Aesthetic appeal of their shiny black skin. Ascetic. I wonder what that means. I have to look that up. Let me write that down real quick. Anybody know the audience know what that means? Write it down in the chat. So I'm gonna look it up. Aesthetic. I can't even pronounce it. Aesthetic. I'm gonna put while I'm ahead. All right. Aesthetic appeal of their shiny black skin, notwithstanding such reference in terms of ethnic identity. The biblical text is not primarily concerned with physical characteristics, rather religious concerns govern collective identity for both Israelites alike. Israelites' collective identity was defined by its relationship with Yah, the God of Israel. This is best captured in the concept of election, which emphasizes both the sovereign status of Yahweh and the unique relationship with his people, Israel. In the context of the Hebrew Bible, foreign people are elevated on a moral theological basis, that is, in terms of response to Yahweh and his people of Israel. Going back to Amos 9 and 7, it is a religious concern that we view here, not ethnicity, skin color, or even geography. Israel is compared to Cush because both the two nations will experience Yah's judgment and salvation. Unc West, Garfield. What you talking about? This Bible don't deal with like say Tazark and then want to just give our creator to just Israel, and that's not the case. Are you a Christian? Well, the first Israelites, the first Christians were Israelites. All right, let's get back to it. Let's see, where was I at? All right. Man, I skipped a lot. Hold up, y'all. I lost my spot again. Okay. Going back to Amos 9, we'll see. Going back to Amos 9 and 7, religious context. If you hear it, okay, I read that. Okay, she took it off. This is not one of my best reading or just vibe shows for myself. I don't know if I'm just tired, but I did want to finish reading that little part right there, Kareem, and then we can close it out. I'm getting tired. And timing is really off on this show. I ain't gonna lie, the timing is off. It's my timing. The interaction when it's off. So I guess we're gonna go on and get up out of here, man. This is, but you know what? It's live, so I'm not going to erase it. But this is not one of my best performances or best presentations. The information is good, but it's like I'm off. It's like the communication with me and Kareem is a little off. So, Kareem, we got any words before we go ahead and end this? I'm getting tired.
No, my thing dropped.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start a little earlier tomorrow, Kareem, and get into it. All right.
All right.
All right, yeah. And then Tuesday we'll be back on the other channel, but we will be still doing stuff on this channel as well. Right, Kareem?
Yeah.
All right. So peace and blessings. Shalom. Thank y'all for watching. Yeah.